Hey friends, I'm LlamaMamaKayla, and I want to thank you for stopping by and clicking on this video. I hope you're all having a great day. I am just trying to survive the day, survive the week, or whatever, you know. Excuse me. Both of my parents are in the hospital with COVID. So I have a lot on my mind, and my mind is just everywhere. I may or may not say everything I need to say in the video. When you're making a video, it's hard enough to remember to say everything you want to say. And then when your mind is just like everywhere, it's even harder. And sometimes I don't say everything I want to say. Sometimes I say too much information, but not what I really wanted to say. So anyway, today I came here asking you to say a prayer for my parents. They are both in the hospital, in the same hospital, on the same floor, and my dad is doing kind of poorly. My mom is not doing too bad. She has diabetes, and so her blood sugar is like really super high. They're trying to get that down, and she was real bad dehydrated, and this is the second time she's been in the hospital for the dehydration while having COVID. And my dad, as far as I understand, my mom does not have any lung involvement. My dad, on the other hand, is having a lot of trouble, and it's in his lungs, and they're rotating him from side to side and on his stomach. He's not on a ventilator. He is on oxygen, and they have that turned up, and they keep having to turn it up and up and up to keep his oxygen levels up, because they dip down kind of, pretty low. And so last night my brother called me, and he was all worried that our dad is like declining, and he was pretty upset, just that COVID is just scary, and you don't know which way it's going to go, you just don't know. They've said with my dad that it could go either way. They've started a new treatment with him, and it'll just take time to see if he's going to respond to the treatment or not. Now, he has a doctor. We live in Louisiana. He has a doctor that's here from New York. There's a doctor that comes every 2 weeks, and then he goes back 2 weeks, and then he comes here 2 weeks. And so he just came here yesterday, I believe, for his 2 weeks here. And so he is my dad's doctor. So, and the nurse told my brother that if I was sick or if I had a loved one with COVID, I would want him as my doctor. So that's, kind of gives some hope, promising, My brother is 13 years younger than me, and he, he's in good health, and he can, do whatever he wants to do. He is the one that took my parents to the hospital, each one at separate times. He's the one that's taken them to the hospital, and he's the one that's, was there when they were admitted. He's the one that's been to the, I don't know if he's been up to their rooms. I don't think he's been to their rooms. But he's talked with the nurses at the nurses' stations. I haven't called the hospital and talked with nurses because, they have a lot of work. It's bad enough, just with one family member calling to get updates. So I'm letting my brother do that. He's handling all that. He's getting the updates and then relaying information to me. Because, nurses, they don't want the whole family calling to get updates and stuff. So we're just letting, my brother do that. Since he is the one that took them to the hospital and dealing with all that. So, yeah, we're worried about our dad. He's, my parents are in their 70s, and my dad's had cancer several times. He's a strong, strong man. He really is a strong man. He just had gallbladder surgery in November, and had his gallbladder removed. You know, and he did pretty good recovering from that. And so, you know, we're just hoping that he can pull through this and, you know, go back home. My brother said that he told our dad that, because the nurses were saying, let me back up, the nurses were saying, yeah, that he had to rotate every so often, I can't remember exactly, he had to rotate from side to side in his stomach and just keep rotating. He cannot lay on his back, and he can't lay in one position for a long time. He has to keep rotating. And also they have this that little contraction where you blow or you suck in and make that ball move. I think you suck in air. Anyway, they have him doing that. And so my brother said that he told our dad that if you don't rotate like they're saying to do, and if you don't use that little, I don't know what you call the thing, the little contraption, he said you won't be going home. And so he said that, you know, our dad said, oh, I want to go home. And so he's doing it. The nurse, you know, told my brother that he is complying and doing all that kind of stuff. So that's good, you know, that he does want to go home and he's trying his best, you know. And like I said, my mom is not that bad off. I don't think she has any kind of lung involvement. As far as I know, she's not on oxygen or anything. She's just, her diabetes is out of whack, and her blood sugar, and just dehydration and all. So, but I appreciate prayer for both of them. My brother said, you know, he was telling me about my dad, and I said, well, what about Mom? What's going on with her? He said her only concern is those dang dogs. So I have my mom's dogs. My brother brought them to me yesterday. They have a Chihuahua that, I don't know how old she is, but she's pretty old. Like, she's been around a long, long time. And then last year, April the 11th, my dog Phoebe and Elijah's dog Django had a puppy, had one puppy, and it was born while I was in the hospital, April the 11th, and so that little puppy ended up, my mom took the puppy. So they have him, his name is Dumpling, they have him and the Chihuahua that they've had for a long, long time. So anyway, my brother brought the dogs to me yesterday evening. So when he brought the dogs and brought them in, I went ahead and just told the dogs right off some rules. I told the dogs, I will not be going to Churchy's Chicken every day and getting them chicken, because that's what my parents do. And I told the dogs I would not be cooking for them, because that's what my parents do. And I told them one more thing, but I'll tell you that whenever I show the dogs. I'm going to show you my dogs, my parents' dogs. But anyway, these dogs are very, very spoiled. My dogs are spoiled too. Like Phoebe is super spoiled, but in a different way. These dogs, they don't know what dog food is. They are used to getting fried chicken, okay? They are used to my dad scrambling them eggs for breakfast. And the dogs have been looking at me like all day, like, are our eggs ready yet? My dad goes and gets, he goes and gets them food every day from different places. He has a routine where he goes to certain restaurants on certain days and gets them food. And he goes by Churchy's Chicken and picks up chicken for the dogs. Yes, and so these dogs are like, where's our chicken? And whenever my dad was in the hospital in November and had gallbladder surgery, my brother had called my mom and said, I'm going to bring you something to eat. What do you want me to get you? and she told him what she wanted, which I don't know what it was, but then she said, go buy Churchy's chicken and get some chicken too. So he was like, okay, you know, so she wants food from 2 different places, whatever. So he goes and gets whatever it is she wanted, and then he went and got the chicken. So he got to her house, and he goes in there, and he's fixing her food on a plate and takes it to her and takes her whatever it was she wanted, and then he puts some chicken on the plate too, because he's like, okay, well, she wants chicken too. And he takes it in there to her, and she's like, oh, the chicken's for the dogs. And my brother's like, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm like, they do that. That's what they do. That's what they do, is buy those dogs Churchy's chicken. So anyway, I'm gonna pause the video here and go get one of the dogs. I can only get one at a time, and show you my parents' dogs. So this is my mom's Chihuahua. She's old. I'm not sure how old she is, but she's a very sweet dog. I don't know why. I don't know how this come about, but her name is Bridges. Like, who calls their dog Bridges? That is such a stupid name. So when she got here, I told her, I said, I will not be calling you Bridges, I will be calling you Bridget. And she said, thank you. So I call her Bridget, and she's fine with that. She comes right to me. She's happy to be called Bridget instead of Britches. Like, that's the stupidest name. But you like to be called Bridget, don't you? Yeah. Anyway, this dog, she is huge. Oh my gosh, this dog is so huge. She's a heavy one. I would like for Elijah to weigh himself and then pick her up and weigh himself to see how much she weighs, because there's no telling what this dog weighs. She is, I poured her some dog food, some little hard kibble. It's Phoebe's food. I buy Phoebe a bag of adult small bite dog food, so it's little tiny pieces. And so I poured some in a bowl, and Bridget just looked at me like, am I supposed to eat those rocks? She's like, where's the chicken? Yeah. She's like, she's holding out. This morning, I was sitting there, and she just stared at me, and I said, there's no eggs coming. You better go in there and eat those rocks. But she wants to be right beside me. She is right by my feet. She doesn't leave my side unless I leave the room, and she can't follow me. If she can follow me, she's right by my feet. I'm scared I'm going to step on her. So I fixed her a little bed right by my desk where I sit and crochet. And so, I see you, baby. I see you. So she lays right there beside me while I'm crocheting. And she just stares at me like she's waiting on me to bring her some chicken. Yeah, I know you want some chicken, don't you? You're going to have to go in there and eat those rocks. Yeah, you're going to have to learn to eat those rocks, girl. Phoebe is extremely jealous. She does not like for me to even talk to these dogs, or, you know, to at least not to pet them, talk to them, pick them up, or anything. She's extremely jealous. But Phoebe's also extremely jealous of my son and husband. She doesn't like for them to hug me or talk to me. Phoebe just gets all upset. She's the only one that I'm supposed to talk to, and I'm only supposed to hold her, and nobody else is supposed to touch me. So Phoebe's having a little adjustment time. It's been a little hard with her because she's hard-headed. But anyway, this is Bridget. Poor dog. I know she's scared. She don't know what's going on. She's waiting on her mama to come home from the hospital. I told her me and her have the same mama. Me and you got the same mama, Bridget. Did you know that? Yeah, I know. Alright guys, I'm gonna go get Dumpling. Alright guys, this is Dumpling. He'll be a year old in April. And so this is Phoebe and Django's puppy. What is it, boy? He's scared. He don't know what's going on either. So he is part Chihuahua and part weenie, a Chiweenie. So he's playful. He's got a lot of energy. And so this morning I told Elijah, I said, wait, Phoebe has her bed. She has a puppy bed up on a bench in the parlor where I crochet. And so she has some toys in her bed. And I rotate her toys out. Like when those need washing, I put those in the wash and get out her some. She has a toy box under the bench, and I pull that out and get her some clean toys and put in her bed while her other toys are in the wash. And so I kind of rotate her toys. So she has different toys all the time. And so I told Elijah, I said, hey, pull that box out from under that bench and throw them out a couple of toys. So he pulled that box out, and he threw out some toys. Phoebe shot out of her bed and got down there, and she started collecting all her favorite toys and getting them all together. She did not want them dogs playing with her toys. She's very, very jealous, and this one wants to play with toys, and Phoebe's like collecting all the toys, like these are mine. Oh, he's a sweet little boy, but he's a little spoiled too, aren't you? You spoiled, Dumpling? Whenever when my parents came to pick up Dumpling when he was about I think he was about 7 weeks old, whenever they took him home, they came in and we visited for a little bit. And so when they went to leave, my dad and Mom went out. My dad was helping her get in the car and everything, and then he was going to come back and get Dumpling. So I was standing on the doorsteps with Dumpling, and I told him that he didn't have to worry about ever getting food. He was going to eat good his whole life. He was going to eat good, because I knew he was. And that's true. He eats good. He eats his fried chicken and his eggs with occasional pork chop. But anyway, he's really, really sweet dog. He's so soft. He's super soft. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you my parents' dogs. My mom is so worried about the dogs. Like, that's her main concern. She's scared that I'm going to let her dogs run away because, you know, I don't know how to tend to dogs. We only have 4. We had 5, but Dakota and his dog, you know, moved out. So now we have 4 dogs of our own. I have 1, and then Elijah has 3. So we have 4 dogs, but you know, I don't know how to tend to dogs. And I'm going to let them run off. I tell you what, after they were here about 30 minutes after my brother left. About 30 minutes after he left, I had taken them outside to potty, and I put up a little dog pen. It's about 3 feet high, so that, you know, they couldn't run off because they don't know where they're at. They've, you know, it's all strange, new place for them. So I put them in that, and they don't. And then I had to pick up each one and bring them in. And Bridget, she's heavy, you know. And so by the time I had got them in, got them settled, you know, got food, water, and all that for them, I was wore out. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. It was a lot of work. But anyway, they're good. I told my brother, you know, to tell the nurse to let Mom know she does not need to worry about her dogs. They are good. Which this one is really my dad's dog. And then Bridget is my mom's dog. But, you know, I wanted the nurse to let them know that their dogs are good, they're being cared for and loved on, and they're just not getting fried chicken. Alright guys, I'm going to let y'all go, but I really, really would appreciate if you would pray for my parents. You know, there's so many people with COVID right now. Just pray for everyone suffering through COVID. Bye guys.